Jonathan, you are watching Upstar TV.
You can't see me, you can't see me. Upstar Records for the TV. You can't see me, you can't see me. Watch me channel 29 on TV. You can't see me, you can't see me. Upstar Records for the TV. You can't see me, you can't see me. Watch me channel 29 on TV. Yeah, Upstar, yeah, we finna come through.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Heem back here with another one. Another what? Another Don't Trip, right? So you feel me? Today I'm your host. You feel me? And you know, today we're talking about one of the most, the best, the most firest topics ever. We talking about some anime today, right? So can everybody go around and introduce themselves real quick? You know, so everybody who's watching, they feel me? They know who they're listening to, please.
Cali Jay.
Hi, my name is Aleja. What's up? I'm an Upstart producer.
Hi, my name is Zayria. I'm an Upstart producer.
Hi, I'm Manny. I just got invited to the show, so yeah.
I'm Mayzie.
What would you say your favorite manga is, if you read manga?
Probably for me, it would be the Eternal Sphere or Red Storm.
Storm?
Actually,
Okay.
no. Records of Ragnarok is currently my favorite manga.
Ooh. Okay. Also, can you let me know? Can you let me know why it's your favorite right now?
I guess for me, Records of Ragnarok it's basically like this entire tournament arc of humans, of like the best humans and the strongest gods, like going at it one-on-one. And the art style is reminiscent of Berserk, but also just extremely fluid. Like, I would love to see it animated.
Okay.
I'll say One Piece just because of how the story's written, the universe, and how it's set. Like from the beginning, you know, what seems like a small detail will, you know, come up later as, you know, something that was really important, and it just seems really seamless. So I think mostly like I like how the world is written in One Piece.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I personally don't watch One Piece because I haven't got into it yet, but I seen the other day.
That's because you guys haven't really watched it for real.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm still debating on whether I want to get into it, but yeah, no, I seen like somebody was I seen somebody on Instagram. They were talking about how like Luffy, how the dude, like, he cut his hat and like and like 900 episodes later he still had like 3 slashes in his hat. And I was like, okay, I like that.
Attention to detail.
But,
yeah,
facts. But I would have to say mine's probably would have to either be like either Demon Slayer or Lock Horizon. Like, and you know, Demon Slayer, you don't, like, Demon Slayer needs no introduction. Come on now. And Lock Horizon, I don't know. It's just so good to me. It's just so amazing. You know, like the art style is so different, and like the storytelling is pretty fire in my opinion. What would you say is the most broken anime ability? Like, most broken.
Oh,
no, just like ability, like, period.
Oh, ability.
But like anybody, any ability that's broken. And for y'all, and for anybody who doesn't watch anime or anybody who doesn't know, when I say broken, I mean like the most hacked, the most OP, is like the strongest ability.
There are so many broken abilities though. Like,
there are a lot of broken abilities. Okay, well, name like a couple of your favorite then. Let's just do
like
that.
If you read Solo Leveling Warrior, like, just that pure ability to level up and rank up where everyone else is like stagnant in itself is just broken.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like absolutely insane.
Yep.
And then it's like any gravity control or like any. Oh, hold up! I got one right now. Fire Force, Shinra and his brothers have like broken. Those abilities are just absolutely like. Like the ability to freeze the movement of the universe itself.
Yeah.
and to accelerate so fast that you're faster than the speed of light, that it counters the speed of the universe. Like, those are just insane abilities.
Now I would like to open it up, or like to open it up to the rest of my teammates. You feel me? If y'all got some questions, let it be known.
So one of my questions is, what has to be the best anime movie of all time?
The best anime movie? Ooh.
Of all time. I don't watch anime all like that. I'm not an anime fan all like that. But my dad was like, he was telling me, like, you have an artistic mind, you would be highly interested in anime, but I don't know. I think I should try it, but I have a short attention span.
Well, if you're just getting into them, I would say check out for surely Spirited Away, Akira. Those are really good ones.
So there's In This Corner of the World, which is supposed to be set around the time of World War II, around the time, I think, of Batman and Little Boy in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And it was, it's a sad movie, but it was really good in terms of how, one, the animation flowed, two, like, its educational purpose, and three, like, helping you get a sense of, like, what the cultural customs and like how people behaved during that time in Japan. It was a really good movie. Another one I really liked was A Silent Voice, about a mute, or no, she wasn't mute, she was deaf, and her childhood bully became her best friend. It was a really good movie. It is a sad movie, but I have a question for y'all outside of that. So everyone knows that anime has many genres. It's not just shonen, and I think a lot of people get that, like, confused. They think anime is just a bunch of fighting dudes who are buff and, like, with broke abilities, as Heem explained to us. So, what is your favorite anime genre, or what are a few of them?
Surely the shonen ones, like, that's why I got into the anime game, hero's tale. You see the main character, like, come up from nothing. Usually, you feel me, they're like, their dad's not in their life, or they lost both parents. And I think for me, that's most appealing because it's, like, very fantastical, It's like, yeah, it's a story. It's done over and over and over, but I think it works,
I kind of agree with you there, like, for the shonen, like, are spectacular. I agree with him, like, shonen's amazing, but I'd take it a step up, and I'd say the seinen, which are, like, the shonen, except a lot darker, and they kind of fall more into the drama and like, almost realistic sense of, like, the problems that they deal with. And then back to the movie question, I'd say absolutely I'd recommend to watch The Garden of Words. It was, like, one of the best animated movies on the planet. Like, it is, like, pure beauty.
All right, we've talked a lot about, like, movies and genres. So how about some shows? Like, what are y'all, like, your guys' favorite shows to watch?
I'd say my favorite show right now, currently running, which I've been waiting, like, 3 years to come back, is ReZero. And just, like, well, I'm not sure if most of you watched it, but the plot is, like, the hero, he dies a bunch of times during the show. That's his ability. Every time he dies, he goes back to save point. But just the way that, it's basic concept, but the way that the show portrays it, it just, like, shows him mentally degrade as time goes on, that he's tired of dying and experiencing the pain over and over again. But then he's able to work his way through it. So it really shows him as a character, and, like, really gets to showcase all the side characters and not just have, like, a bunch of one-dimensional characters in the show.
Yeah. I would say one of my favorites is Samurai Champloo. It's just one season, 26 episodes, straightforward. And it's set in, like, Japan during the Edo period, I believe. And it's just, like, these three outcasts, wayward like misfits, that they all have their own mission, their own like, you know, path in life, but these circumstances bring them together and they end up traveling as a trio and just like get into, you know, different scrapes that they have to find their ways out of. So you see them like learn each other. You see like the two samurai, they're like, they have this rivalry, right? And they're like set to kill each other. And the only reason they don't is because they promised this girl that they'll help her find this samurai, you know, that she's looking for. And so they kind of like postpone their, you know, duel to the death until after they help her, because she helped them out of the situation. So that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. But I think, you know, that's when I suggest everybody watch, for sure.
Okay, definitely. And you know, even though I'm hosting, I want to answer this question as well because you know, this episode is too hype. You know, for me, anime is my life. But I would have to say like running right now. I would have to say is Food Wars because Food Wars is just beautiful. You know, it is so beautifully written. You know, it's like and like with the soundtracks, you can feel every emotion that the characters are feeling. Like, you know, when somebody like when something bad happens and like, you know, somebody loses a food battle, you know, a shugeki, like you feel the emotions that the characters are feeling, right? And you know, that means a lot to me, you know, when you can feel like when you can relate to the characters, right? But then and if we're considering not running, it would have to be a tie between either Guilty Crown or Bunny or Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. And that last one sounds, it might sound kind of short, but it's not what you think it is.
Top tier.
Top. my guy. Explain Food Wars. Okay, I got you. All right, so for everybody who doesn't know, Food Wars is basically, there's this kid, right? His name is Soma, right? And basically, one day, and basically, like all his life, he's been running a food restaurant, a restaurant with his dad, right, for all his life. And one day, his dad is like, you know, you need to get better at cooking, and he's like, and his dad leaves, and he's like, you know what, here, you need to go to this school, right? So he goes to the school, and then like there's a lot of challenges waiting for him, right? And the first day he got there, he said as soon by the end of the year, I'm going to be the best student here. And you know that, and you know, and then this shows basically his journey of him trying to achieve that goal. But like it's really nice. It's really well written right now. And then like, you know, right now it's the 5th season, and you know, it's just so good. It's so good.
I got a question though. What really makes you like interested in anime? Like, why are you guys like so fascinated by it? You know?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I don't know. I like, you know, anime. It's not just one thing that sticks out or makes people want to watch it. It's like the combination of things, right? Like it's the combination of the animation, the soundtrack, the voice acting, and then it's also like the emotions the characters are feeling, the stories, you know, like I feel like anime could be like it could be considered like a dish, right? You know, like every ingredient, you know, it's cool by itself, but you know, once you bring it all together, you feel me, make a nice little stew, you know, it's really popping, you know. And you know, like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but that's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, I agree. I would say for me, it's the longevity of the stories. You know, each one, you know, is like the Odyssey in a certain sense. You know, like I will remember being introduced to Naruto and Bleach on on Toonami. You know, come on, I'd have to wait every Saturday. And that's before I even learned about, you know, the difference between subbed and dubbed, you know. And it was just like, I was watching it in English at first. And then I was like, oh, wait, these are based on comics, you know. So it's like, I remember being 11 years old, getting into Naruto, and then realizing like, oh, snap, this story is going on, you know. To years later, it's like I'm still like reading and watching Naruto stuff. And yeah, I would say like you grow up with the characters. The character development is the best for me. You know, every new power, every new fit, you know, it's all significant. And so I think, you know, the way the story is written, the way the characters are developed, definitely is what drew me into anime. Yeah.
I 100% agree. It's like it's the combination of it all that makes like a beautiful anime, and that it pulls you into the world. Like it has the sound, it has the characters, it has the story, it has, like they said, the animation. All of it just like kind of just drags you into it, and you're immersed into it, and you're just there, a part of it, like living beside the character that you favor the most.
Right. Off top.
Yeah. Oh, and also, so by the way, if for anybody that doesn't know what sub and dub is, what Cali Jay said. So basically, sub and dub is anime is usually into two categories. It's divided into two categories, either sub or dub, right? And sub is meaning it's in Japanese and has English subtitles or whatever language that you speak, and that subtitles. Or it could be a dub. It could be dubbed in your language, so it could be dubbed in English, not Japanese. In English, German, Spanish, French, you know, anything. So that's what he meant by sub and dub.
Quick question: did any of y'all ever watch Naruto with a Spanish dub and English subtitles?
Yes.
Off YouTube, bruh. Off YouTube.
A couple times. I mean, not purposely, but a couple times.
I would say also the themes, you know, the underlying themes in all the anime, just like, you know, like never give up, you know, no matter what adversity you're going through, placing the value on like friendships and family and how important it is to take care of, you know, your folks in your community or, you know, whoever you identify with. I think that's really important too.
I have a question for y'all. So my question is a little bit off topic, but kind of going into that, like, okay, anime has different categories, you know, there's sub, there's dub, like one of them's got reading, one of them's got just speaking. My question is, what is and is not qualified Japanese, or not even Japanese, what is and is not qualified anime? Because there's the whole debate about, you know, is anything that's not Japanese anime? Or not Japanese, there's the debate that anime is only Japanese because it's a Japanese art style. So what is and is not anime to you guys?
I mean, you'd have to say right off the bat, like shows like the original Teen Titans, Avatar: The Last Airbender, trying to think of a couple other shows, but
Boondocks
aren't necessarily anime, but they're made in an anime style, and they follow the path the way that anime characters or anime plot lines typically follow. And you see, like, it's hard to make the distinction because a lot of early cartoons, especially ones for like the 2000s, that were action oriented, were just imported from Japan. So for us in America to make the distinction between what is and what is not anime.
Right. And then it's also, I feel like anime are usually based off of like a manga. Like usually the manga is the precursor and then the anime comes after. At least that's how, you know, I've observed and understood it. So it's like with Avatar: The Last Airbender, like there wasn't a manga first. You know what I mean? Like they definitely made comics and stuff afterward, you know, to fill out the story and fill in the plot holes. But I don't know if that's necessarily a qualifier, but that's something I noticed. It's a relationship I noticed between like anime versus like cartoons, what we would call cartoons.
But still, there are a lot of anime that are based off of mangas, but there are actually a couple right now that don't have any mangas. That are original straight to the studio.
Okay.
But they're kind of rare. Two of the most popular animes aren't based off of mangas: Code Geass and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay.
And then Cowboy Bebop on top of that. So there are several out there that aren't based off of manga.
Cowboy Bebop go crazy too. I would say, yeah, like I was talking about earlier, the Samurai Champloo is very similar to Cowboy Bebop. I'm not sure if it's the same like folks who worked on it, But whereas like Cowboy Bebop, kind of like interweaves jazz into a lot of the animation. Samurai Champloo is like that, except with hip hop. You feel me? But yeah, that's another one that didn't have a manga first. So yeah, how do we define anime? What makes an anime an anime?
I'm gonna need y'all to turn your brains on right now, man. Right. So look. So which anime villain do you think has the most compelling argument? And what I mean by that is, which anime villain did you understand and relate to to the most towards the end of their arc?
I mean, are we talking about like an organization as a whole, or just like a specific villain?
Okay, honestly, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. The person, organization doesn't matter. Who did you feel was like, he's kind of spinning right now.
I mean,
he's spinning.
Obviously, Obviously, the top is Pain. Like, yeah, like people be like, hold up, he's not wrong there. Like, it had you question yourself. Like, is Naruto really right in this sense?
Is he
so? So like Pain, obviously on the top.
Okay, I respect it.
Do you think Pain had a more compelling argument than Madara or Obito?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Wait, but look, so yeah, but look, this is what I'm saying, like, cause Pain was like, I'm gonna destroy the world, basically. Like, I'm gonna just like fuck everything up or mess everything up. Sorry, I don't know if we can cuss on here. Mess everything up, right? And like the world will know pain, right? But Obito was like, I'm gonna just put everybody in like an infinite dream where everybody can live the life that they want to live. You know what I'm saying? And in that way, like nobody's getting killed, nobody's dying. You know what I'm saying? They're just going into an eternal slumber.
Yeah, but he didn't have the argument to back it up like Pain did. Pain was like, your village caused me a ton of pain. All I'm doing right now is just getting payback, rightful payback that you would do to me. And you're like, oh, he's right. Naruto can't be doing this back. Like, where do you stand? It like puts you in the middle. Like, you're thinking for a second, like, hold up, he's right.
He is. I guess, like, but then it's just like revenge at that point, is it not?
But at the same time, like, is that any way to live though? If you think about it, like, you're sleeping your whole life away. Like, yeah, you're getting everything you wanted, but you're not actually achieving anything. If we're being honest, you're not doing anything.
That's true.
I don't know.
Aleja got something to say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it depends because people are already living. It's basically putting them under an illusion. Yes.
Right.
So people are already living certain illusions already. They may live an illusion that they're in a happy marriage. They may live an illusion that the Leaf Village is always safe. They may live in a illusion that they're a really strong person when in actuality they might be physically weak or mentally weak or whatever you want to say they're weak about. So technically, and in addition, you wouldn't know what each individual person in the Leaf Village would want. So maybe they would be okay with that happening and we wouldn't know. Maybe they would want that to happen. Not saying that's the most likely option, but just to kind of like give your side a little bit extra backing on the devil's advocate, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like when you think about it, what was Pain's intentions at the end of it all? Like, was it just revenge? He's like, okay, y'all messed my village up, so I'm gonna show y'all how it feels, and then what? Whereas I feel like Obito was like, I'm gonna just put everybody in an infinite dream. Then we don't have to worry about wars. Nobody has to kill each other. Nobody has to die. I mean, obviously a lot of people die, but you know what I mean? It was like, I just felt like ultimately, like, he just wanted to put an end to a war. Whereas like his methods weren't necessarily, morally right, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, but even then, that's a whole other thing because it has to do with duality. That's more of a just like, that is coined because two people. I mean, it's like what's the word? Eye for an eye situation. Most people live by that. Most people are taught by that. So it's kind of more of a given. It's something that's like universally understood, which is why I think it kind of goes into like this idea where, yeah, I guess you could say Payne's argument is really valid because it's a general line of like morality on that situation. Not even saying that that's like okay or that people would condone it regardless. It's just saying that like, oh, that's a more universally understood thing.
Or how about, let me throw actually a villain in who like a lot of people actually did agree with.
I was about to say.
The Lelouch from Code Geass. I mean, technically he was the hero. Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Not yet, not yet.
I would 100% recommend to watch it.
Okay.
But not to spoil anything, he's 100% a villain in that story. Like, if you look at it from any other character's eyes, he is the main villain. There's no way he's a hero in it. He's murdering a bunch of people, killing off like entire villages, not villages, but like an entire town, terror bombing places, all in the name of justice. And kind of like his main goal is to focus all the hatred of the world onto him so that everyone else doesn't have to fight anymore. They're only fighting against him.
Like Sasuke. But look, I'm a one up y'all real quick on a villain that was really, talking some stuff. Stain. Hero killer Stain. My hero.
How did I know you was going to bring him up? How did I know?
Because nobody was saying it. I'm like, come on, bruh.
I forgot.
Honorable mention.
Okay. So I know that y'all we deep in this conversation, and we can always continue this conversation later. Aleja could for sure give y'all my Instagram. We could all Yeah. But let's move on to the next question, Mayzie, if you would.
All right. Do you guys have any, or like, what are your favorite producers and why? Like, what's their name? What do they produce, and why are they your favorite producers?
Animax and Bones. I didn't realize Bones produced one of my favorite ones. Soul Eater. That was the first anime I really got put onto. Like, in comparison, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but after a while, as a kid, I got tired early. After like constant just fighting, I wanted a story because it was like, oh, you fight, you die, you come back, you get the villain. And it was just got a little dull. But Soul Eater, I loved their incorporation of like inner demons, philosophy, and like how you deal with your situation when you've been like, you're like right there and you get knocked straight back down to ground zero.
Death the Kid!
Death the Kid, oh my God. First of all, love his addiction to symmetry. So Virgo, so Aleja, so me. And secondly, his outfit. His twin pistols go crazy.
I don't know. I always felt like it was a flex that he would hold his pistols upside down with his pinkies. Like that by itself was always ill to me. I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank you guys for talking. I want to thank Cali Jay and Manny for coming out. You feel me? Say what's up, y'all, for one time.
Yes, indeed. Cali Jay. Signing out.
Okay. And I want to thank y'all for talking with us today. You can find this episode and other Upstar TV episodes on our YouTube channel, right? And on channel 29 on Friday nights at 7:30. You feel me? And I want you all to take care of yourself and stay healthy.